So, welcome to our wonderful little meeting on Lifewave tonight. Lovely to have you all here. A Lifewave is a passion of mine, and I'll tell you more about it later on from my point of view. I'm going to hand you over to Danielle because she's going to start the meeting off tonight and she's going to do the product side of the stuff. I'm going to do the business side of the stuff. And yeah, in between, we'll talk a little bit more about what it's done for us. But I'm just going to send you to Danielle.
Hello, everybody. It is great to see so many faces. Is
You're
it working?
a little bit puffy.
A bit, is that working? Is
Yeah.
that better? Yeah. I like to just have it on my theme, but it doesn't like to be there. So this is it.
Buzzing a little bit, putting it
Is
back.
it?
Yeah.
Why is it playing up today?
That's good
Oh,
now.
oh,
Just
that's
don't
all
bring
right.
it too close. Okay.
Okay, good. Good, good, good. Tell me if you can't hear. So yeah, so let's start. And for me personally, is I've just been listening to a lot of the new space of what's coming, and it actually really excites me. I'm like have no idea in a certain way, but all I know is every time I feel into what's happening and where everything's moving, this is LifeWave is where I want to be. And I haven't very often said that in my jobs as such, like in my work space, in my whatever. It's like, oh, is this it? I'm not sure. But there's such a solid yes in me that makes me feel really amazing. And just over the last couple of days, it's really landed a lot, even a lot deeper. So I was just speaking to a friend that is on the patches, and she's only been on them for a month, and she was just continuously naming off all the things that she's finding incredible. And one of them was actually around depression. And she can be very depressed and actually quite suicidal at times. And she just said, I'm ringing to tell you that I'm having a depressed moment. And I was like, this is unusual saying it like that. And she goes, I want to ring you because the patches have made it that it's not life or death anymore. It's just an acknowledgement that I am here. I am here, and I've been able to share it out with her work, with her partner. And she said, I don't know what this is, but she said, it feels amazing, even though I feel quite depressed. And she was like trying to describe it all. And she just said, I know I'm riding the wave to go through to come out the other side, considering she's only been on them for a month. So it was really nice because a lot of the time we hear a lot about LifeWave and the patches about physical things, physical ailments and physical bits and pieces. So I thought that was really lovely to hear about the mental side of things, that it's actually working on so many levels. So that was really nice to made my heart warm and fuzzy, and just like, oh, there's another space that it really just peps us up and gets us working how we're always supposed to have been working, basically. So yeah, so for me, I've been on patches. I met Arleen 10 million years ago, feels like, and we were in doing another modality. And when she started, speaking about these patches, or she just started speaking about things because I knew what had happened for her. She will share her story soon. And yeah, all these things, she just, all of a sudden, I even said to my husband, she just even looks different. Like everything about her, she's just different. And it was like that hardness too. There was a hardness that I had not, like you felt so much more softer, so much more in your body, so much more you. And it was really lovely to start to see. So I'm like, what are you doing? And all these things happen to happen for me too. And a lot of my other work with sound healing and stuff sort of got taken away from me a little bit in certain ways. And then this was just like, ta-da, here it is. And so I grabbed it and I've been running with it. It's taking me, it feels like it's taking me forever to move through things, but I'm really starting to land in what I want and how I want it and who I want in my team at the moment. So
Congratulations.
yes, and I get to be manager now finally, which is delightful. And it's a growth thing. And it's, yeah, exactly. That's what I was doing. Happy dancers everywhere. And the patches for me have changed my whole entire world on a physical, mental, emotional level. So I was 6 months ago was when I started, and I was at the point of what is wrong with me. Perimenopause was taking me down, and I had so many symptoms and so many things happening that I just didn't know where to start with it. And it was overwhelming. And I couldn't even carry a thing of groceries in from the car. I had to come and get my husband to carry them because if it was too heavy, it was like, no way. And I'm thinking, this cannot be life, seriously. Knowing that I, know what I know with my work and, healing and shifting different things, I just couldn't get past it. So, and my back kept going on me consistently. So for me, my back has not gone ever since. And I have been doing some heavy lifting. Like we had a cyclone a couple of months ago, and we had to lift everything from under our house up the top. So we were carrying so many things. Now we're renovating, we're cleaning up our house to sell it. So we're painting, and every day we're doing. And I've just been firing through it all. I just have the energy to wake up each day. There's not like, oh, I don't want to do this today. It's like, all right, what are we doing? Where's the list? What do we need to tick off today? And we're just working through it all. So that has been incredible. And pretty much, my symptoms went from 90% ruling my life to now they're there. Most of them are gone. Some are there still, probably 10%. So that makes it really exciting. And I just love life again, which is amazing. So we'll just start are you happy to press play? Yeah. Thank you. Because I could sit there and talk all day about that. And we all have lots of cool stories that we'll get to share, which is awesome. So this little patch that's on her arm right there is the bomb, and it is changing lives, and it is bringing us to a space where our bodies are working as they were meant to work in the first place. There's so many toxins, there's so many stuff happening in our world, and it's clogging us up. So this is a space where you get to free yourself. So once you start patching, you elevate, activate, and regenerate. And those three things are continuously happening for you. So we have to talk at the start about David Schmidt, because he is the most incredible person that I know right now. He has over 200 patents now. He is so dedicated to what he does. He has such big dreams. He goes for what he wants, and he does not stop until he gets it. And he's a scientist and inventor. He specializes in age reversing, not just anti-aging as we've heard over the years. It's age reversing. And this is what excites me, because it's made me be able to carry my bags again and do all of those things that I couldn't do 6 months ago. So for me too, it's 6 months. It's nothing in the scheme of your whole life. So in 2008, he focused his attention on stem cell research, which I'm sure we will all be glad for forever. And recent patent that took 10 years. So this is the dedication that I was talking about, and $4.5 million to bring to market. So the effort is there, the backing of he wants this, and what we get to share that out, because we do too. So it is patent technology. What that means is if you have a patent on something, it means everything in it has to have been proven to be so. So this is where I like this technology, because a lot of the times, like, what has happened here? Has there been any tests? Everyone's very critical over the years now of how things work and whether they work. So this has been patented. So what that means is, as a result of elevating copper peptides, including activations of stem cells, improvements in energy, elevation of antioxidants, reduction in inflammation, management of pain, improvement in stamina, elevation of collagen production, and improvement in wound healing have all been documented and proven to be able to get that patent in the first place. So why X39? So this I did not know before Lifewave was, the fewer stem cells that you have, the faster you age and the slower that you heal. So as we're experiencing all these aging symptoms, what I did not know was the stem cells deactivate. And so what that means is by the age of 30, only half your stem cells are active. By 30, you think that you're still prime and you're still in such a great place at 30, but half of your stem cells have started to deactivate. And by the age of 60, you lose almost all of your stem cell activity. That was devastating to me, and it was something that I wanted to shift. So how X39 works, it's a form of phototherapy. So it's patented nanocrystal technology. It reflects your own light to activate the patches. So it's non-transdermal. There are no drugs or chemicals or stimulants, and it's non-invasive, which means, you know, when you take a pill of something, it's going into your body. So what these patches, nothing goes into your body. They use the nanocrystal technology. They have the light just hits that space, it hits the patch and goes back into your body and tells your body what to do. Turns the copper peptides on, which then reactivates your stem cells. So this is how we're able to bring our body into alignment, because it's doing it itself. We're not manipulating any of that, which is great. The benefits of X39, all of these I have seen improvement in. Increased strength. That has definitely shown me that and now that I do the X49s as well, started to build some muscles now. So that's really good. But X39, increased strength, reduced inflammation, which was a massive part of my back going all the time and the perimenopause side of life. There was inflammation everywhere, and that has pretty much all gone. Increased stamina, like that. We had a cyclone, so we had to work for 3 weeks straight and do. There's no way. Before the patches, I would be waking up and by 9 o'clock saying, when can I have a sleep? And always looking for a quick little in that I could have a nana nap at 48 years old. So that to me was not okay. So increased stamina is awesome. Energy and vitality, that was absolutely my number one. My first thing that I noticed was I had so much more energy. I had so much more oomph for life. Mental clarity, I felt like there was something seriously wrong with my brain. Now I feel like I can grab what I need to grab. Yes, I still fumble some words because I think that's still part of getting older. But mental clarity, the brain fog has gone, and the clarity of knowing what I want in the life and being able to move with that also helps on the business side of Lifewave as well. Restored muscle and skeletal conditions. I definitely have osteoporosis in my family, and it was something that I did not want to follow on with. And so I feel like that is sort of all building for me, and that strength is definitely there to show me that that's moving. Improvement in sleep. I personally slept very well, but I hear so many testimonials of people not sleeping now, sleeping really soundly, not getting up to do a wee in the middle of the night. I've just started the Alavita patches as well, which knocked me out. They're so good. So improvement in skin appearance. I had rosacea and many skin issues with my face for years and years and years, and it went so quickly and has not shown up again. So my skin has been so beautifully soft, and I absolutely love it, and I make my husband touch it all the time. Like, can you feel how soft I am? I think I feel so beautiful. So that for me has been amazing, because skin problems since I was young have been a real issue for me with rosacea and eczema and dermatitis and all those things. So I don't have any of that anymore, which is amazing. So achieve optimum health, a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being. Yes to all of that. So this is a topography map of a lady, 77-year-old woman. And so she's, when she first started the X39. So the first session was no X39. This is just what she was when she first started. And this just shows you over 6 weeks how incredibly quick things can move and change. So all that red there is inflammation on the brain. So lack of brain coherence. On the session 2, 3 weeks on X39, no more inflammation. The red's gone. Improvement in brain coherence. And then session 3, 6 weeks on X39, the complete turnaround and better brain coherence. You can see that she was, hyperactive. Her brain calmed down dramatically at the second visit, which was only 3 weeks in, after wearing X39 for 3 weeks. Her brain remained calm after the 6 weeks. And that's the thing. It continues to everything, and then it'll work on something else and something else. We always say it's like, renovating a house, which we are doing right now. So cleaning that out and knowing that that's something that there is other things in there. Once you rip out the bathroom walls and then go, oh, okay, there's a little bit of a water leak there. We're going to have to actually fix that. Our bodies work in a similar sort of way. It's like go to one thing, and then your body prioritizes what is necessary for you, not what you think is supposed to be happening there. So it's like allow your body to do what it magically can do. X39. So these are the results. And there's a website there, thisisit.info.com. That's something that you will want to go and have a look at. And even if you've been in Lifewave for a long time, it's really great to just go back and just go through some of that information. It has everything on there, and it just revitalizes you in the love of why you're here in the first place. But if you're new, thisisit.info.com is a place that you want to go and have a look up. Testimonials, everything's there. So this is just sharing with you long-term results. So the first few days, 4,000 genes begin to reset. Boom, 4,000 genes begin to reset. It rocks my world. Within 6 weeks, the brain becomes balanced. Within 3 months, your collagen is increased. My collagen, it probably happened around 2 months. I started to notice my beautiful skin, soft skin. And within 6 months, your heart reverses in age. So again, this is the space of, it's not an anti-aging, it's an age-reversing technology. So how do you wear the patch? It's really quite simple, which is what I like. I'm not a big, I've got to do this at 9 o'clock and this at 10 o'clock and this at, I give up on things like that. This is so easy. You just wear your patch for 12 hours on and 12 hours off. And the reason you have the 12 hours off is because you need to repair and rejuvenate. It's working a lot and doing a lot within your being, even if you think you can't see it, it's happening. So 12 hours on, 12 hours off, and then you throw the patch away. But before you throw that patch away, there's always just a little bit of juice left in there. So with that, you can choose to patch other members of your family. So for me, I give them to my son, 21-year-old son, who has ADHD and could not get a job, could not get his license, could not really get out of the house. He now has a job, has his license, and is quite confident to go to the supermarket by himself. And that's just from me using my leftovers. Yeah, it was really lovely. Thank you. And yeah, and then we also give them to the dog. So my husband gives his to the dog, and that helps her because she's quite a manic dog. So it helps keep a little lid on her. So that's really good. Or you can put them on your plants. And so then that's it. Rinse and repeat. You then put the patch on again for the next 12 hours. Take it off for 12 hours. And you can wear more than one patch at a time, and not at 2X39s. You can, but it's not really worth it for you to do that. But it means that you can wear X39 is the bomb. It is a yes to every day. And then you can also use, there's a heap of other patches which you can learn about in our trainings and support that we have, and on This Is It info, etc. And you can use other patches with that. So they enhance and help each other the whole way. So the other thing is to drink plenty of water. And even over what have I been, 6 months on the patches, I can always say to people, you have to keep drinking the water. It's not just, we're just going to go through the detox stage and then we'll be fine. It's like we want to keep, because as we're hydrating, we're moving energy, and we're moving all the toxins, and we're moving all the stuff. So drinking water and having electrolytes. I use Celtic salt to move through my body. So that is really important forever. So X39, so sophisticated yet simple to explain. The testimonials are there. Like, check it out. Talk to any one of us on this call today that is patching, and we will all have life changing and emotional responses to that. So the best thing is that it absolutely works. So I'm going to hand you over to Arleen.
Thank you. So well done as always, Danielle. You're just getting so awesome at this. I'm having so much fun watching you develop and grow. So, I'm Arleen, and I am now an executive director in Lifewave. Worked hard for that one. I've been patching for a year and a half. When I first heard about it, I had quite a little interesting history. 2.5 years ago, I was dealing with breast cancer. In the process of dealing with breast cancer, we actually discovered I had a heart tumor. Bizarre thing. It wasn't related to the cancer, completely individual thing, and it wasn't cancerous, but is a problem with heart tumors. The only way to get them out is surgery. So I had to face open heart surgery, and then 6 weeks later, a double mastectomy, and so off. And in the process, we also discovered I had osteoporosis thanks to the cancer. Now, we're dealing with all of that fairly well, but the heart scar was really raised. It was a keloid scar. It was painful. Um, and I was also looking for a solution for the osteoporosis because the traditional medical treatment is they inject you with something that's almost like plastic, and that's all very well. It fills up your bones, but there's a toxic side effect that you could actually have a degenerating jaw, which I wasn't really looking forward to. So I was busy looking for an alternative solution. And also in that whole process, it meant I had 5 months without work. And as the primary income earner, that's really problematic. I was very blessed in that I had a community that did a crowd fund, but I still went into a lot of debt in the process. So I was actively looking for something to help my bones, something to help with the scarring, and a secondary income. Okay. When Merle, my upline, my gorgeous friend Merle, who's also involved in life alignment, which is the healing modality I practice, mentioned in, like a side, oh yeah, she's doing really well and she's doing this thing called Life Wave, and everything in me just went like, I don't know what that is, but I gotta check this out. So I sent her a message and I said, I don't know what that is, but we're having a meeting. Anyway, because I had such a strong feeling, I jumped in with both legs and I just did it. And then I did my research, which is extremely unusual for me because I normally do things the other way around. I'm a deep researcher and I hate MLMs. So, but I had such a strong feeling. So I went for it, and I thank God every day that I did. My results. Well, can you see the heart surgery scar? Right. It's actually from here to here. If I look, you can just possibly see a bit of it over there. But that's actually the results, the leftover of the heart surgery scar. This was raised and sore and painful, and that's what it is like now. And I have scars that wrap all around. They're absolutely phenomenal how well they've healed. I just had my last surgery 4 weeks ago, and this time, straight after surgery, went straight onto patches for painkillers, and the scars are looking amazing. Someone looked at them today and they went, "How can that be only 4 weeks ago?" It's mind blowing. It's a bit of an intimate spot, so I'm not going to show you those scars today. But yeah, they're actually incredible how well I've healed this time, and I've been using the patches. And straight out of surgery, I went straight onto the Ice Wave for support, which is another type of patch, and zero painkillers. And I have, the scars are 6 inches long under each arm, and no Panadol, no painkillers after surgery, which is great because I'm an awful drug addict and I get really nauseous if I take drugs. So I'm a cheap date. What can I say? Um, yeah, other sorts of things that I've experienced is I actually had fibromyalgia, okay, which is a lot of pain in the body, and I had shoulder bursitis and foot bursitis. A lot of these were side effects also from the heart surgery, but when I started patching, I still had all of those symptoms, and I'd been doing lots of other therapies. Within a few weeks, the shoulder bursitis completely healed, the foot bursitis completely healed. I mean, I took a walk yesterday for 6 kilometers. I couldn't have done that a year ago. My feet were really painful, and I'm just walking. I went to South Africa and I did a month-long holiday purely paid for by my Lifeway. Okay. Um, this is the first time I'm actually taking holidays that are paid holidays. Normally, I go and I teach and I train, and then I add on a little bit of holidays, but I have the secondary income. Now, I have worked at it, okay? So you get what you put in is what you get out. It's not going to just, it's not like sign up and nothing happens. You've got to do a little bit of work. But it's not been difficult because people will say, "Oh, you're looking so different. What are you doing?" Well, there's an invite, right? Let me tell you what I'm doing. Oh, you got a new car. How did you manage that? Well, actually, and that's really all that's happened. And I'll often wear a patch in a visible place, and I'm somewhere, and people go, "What's that?" Oh, nice that you asked. So that's actually how it happens. And then people like Danielle have noticed me and gone. The funniest story was I go to a women's networking meeting, and I'm a very natural person. I couldn't be bothered to do my hair other than straight because it takes too much effort. I've got too many other things to do. I don't even own lipstick. I don't own a hairdryer. It's a hairbrush and a toothbrush. That's my beauty routine. And I was at a women's networking meeting, and these women had known me for almost 2 years. And I'm busy chatting away, and suddenly I see one of them's hovering right here next to me. It's really weird. And then mid-sentence, she suddenly looks at me and she goes, "Your hair." And I'm like, yeah. Well, I used to be Snow White. Okay. So my hair's become an advert for Lifewave because that's not Snow White anymore. All right. I'm got lots of gray lines and silver streaks, yes, but I am 58 years old, so let's be realistic. But that was Snow White and it's not. Okay. I've never had my hair this long, this thick, or in this condition. That's the collagen production. The other thing is she started going on, but your skin, okay, that same thing. These are my wrinkles at 58. There aren't any. I used to have some. I don't. I don't even have those forehead deep lines there. They've disappeared too. I'm getting a bit of a face luff and a chin lift. It's just doing it by itself. And that's my granny hands, okay? 58-year-old hands, you're supposed to have some wrinkles. And I used to, when I pulled them up like that, they'd stick out like a tent pole. Um, Mel was watching me doing this for weeks. And she's like, "What are you doing, Arleen?" I said, "Look, it just bounces back." Okay, which is incredible because another side effect of having had open heart surgery, they cut you down here, they crank open your chest, but you can often get really bad acid reflux. And I had bad acid reflux. But when they did an endoscope to look down, they were expecting to see an acid buildup. Nothing, no scarring, nothing. The internal lining looks amazing. Okay. And then one of the latest things, I mean, there's a whole lot more that I can tell you about, but I used to also have a gum disease, and I've just been to the dentist, and all the pockets of my gums have sealed, and there's no gum disease. So, just a few little things. Some of those things happened really quickly, some of them really take time. Okay. So, the key is don't stop patching, just keep at it, keep your water up, keep everything else up. Okay. So, that's my little story. We've still got a bit of time. Does anybody else want to share their story? Give me a wave in the air if you'd like to talk about your own personal experience. It's good to hear from other people. Who's gonna? Okay, Trudy, just unmute yourself, darling. Hello.
Everyone, it's so lovely to be here. Thank you for inviting us. I have just wanted to say I have my team members here. I'm in the UK
Awesome.
and Shelby in Victoria. She joined about 2 months ago. Oceana is in Shelby's team, who joined around about but 6 weeks ago, and we've got Leona who joined just last week, I think it was. And today Shelby has also brought on Mark, but he wasn't able to make it here. But yeah, I'm so proud to introduce her to your team. It was just incredible to hear both of your stories. I'm at perimenopausal age, so to hear you, Danielle, and Arleen, your story, gosh, living example of what we do here. It's very inspiring. I will share that. I mean, I started on the patches in May of 2024. My last ME fibromyalgia relapse was April of 2004. So, I mean, I can't say it is the patches as a causation link, but there's definitely a correlation link there. I no longer sleep during the daytime, like I was secretly used to, and wouldn't tell people because I felt, yeah, I just felt like I couldn't, as you know, like I wasn't functioning like others. And there's no point, there's no lie anymore. There's no covering up or hiding. I'm just steady all throughout the day, and I sleep at night like everyone else, or most people. Oh, my mum and hairdresser have opinions about this. They've never seen this happen.
Mm.
My hair's so long. It used to be long, like up to the Zoom box, so that's quite long. But this is since X39. Um, I my kind of default setting is I'm a skeptic and I need to do all the research first. But my hair growth was like, this is all, this is all you need to know that something's happening. And the nails as well, they're not super strong, but they've got additional layers on top of them. They look like crinkle cut crisps, like they've got ridges. It's like, oh, something's been manufactured inside me, brand new. But yeah, I just I'm excited to see what is going to happen in 3 years, 20 years. I'm so excited for being in a safe space of an inspirational leader like David who invents for the good of us. I feel like I'm in safe hands. Is how I feel right here. Yeah, yeah. Thank you.
Oh, true, isn't it? Because it's such a beautiful community. Thank you so much for sharing your story and for introducing your people. But yes, I will comment on that whole community and the safety of the community and how supportive it is. When I was away on leave, everybody stepped in and just took the calls, and this is what happens. There's this incredible, supportive, nurturing experience, which I just love. So that's wonderful. Thank you so much, Trudy. Shelby, you have your hand up, my love.
Yes. Hi everyone, I'm Shelby.
Hello, gorgeous.
As Trudy has introduced my amazing team, Leona and Oceana. I have been using the patches for about 2 months now, and I'm 53, a grandma, and a mother of two, and I homeschool my youngest. And what I've experienced. Well, when you get older, things start aching that didn't ache before. And I'm a pretty fit, healthy to start. I'm pretty fit and healthy to start with. So I haven't been to any doctors or anything like that. But I'm also an Emmett therapist. So, I've had a few little injuries over my time. And but what I've noticed is that there is no aches or pains in my body. Like my shoulders don't ache. My back might ache occasionally, but it's very small. What else is happening? I feel calmer. Not so, well, menopause does weird, strange things to our minds. It sends us back crazy. I'm sure
Hold
my
on.
husband is like, can I trade you in and get someone else? Because, man, what happened? And I'm experiencing a bit more like I'm not as bat crazy. Um, and what else? And I'm just like looking forward to the other transformations that will happen in my body, but not from what I'm choosing. It's actually from what my body is choosing to make the priority. Because I can't see everything that's going on in my body. But my stem cells, they know what the hell is going on in my body better
Yeah.
than I do.
The
So,
innate wisdom of the body, isn't it? And that's the
yeah,
pleasure of it. Yeah.
yep. So that is what attracted me to becoming someone in Lifewave, becoming a brand partner, because I could see that it's my body making the choices.
Mm.
Not and not adding anything. We're not taking anything or adding anything to it. It is just purely our body doing it. And nothing on the planet does that.
Nope.
So, yeah, it's incredible. It's always like we've got to add this or we've got to have this chemical or, you've got to add a food or, but this is not. Yeah, so, yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much for sharing. All right, Katya, last one, and then we will go back to the meeting, but we can always make time afterwards to talk more again. Yes. Hello, gorgeous.
Hello, beautiful. I'm Katja from Cork Bay in Cape Town, South Africa. And I've been patching since February, and it's been 4 months, and it's been X39 and Eon. And even though I don't have many people signed up, I did sign up as a brand partner, but I'm trusting that the South Africans will catch a wake up and start joining. And I can say that all the aches and pains in my fingers, literally, that little baby pinky is down. I couldn't do this. For me, that is a miracle. I'm a walking miracle. And I want the whole of South Africa to know that you don't have to suffer in silence. You don't have to be in pain. You don't have to go and sleep in the corner and be miserable and think life is passing you by. I'm turning 60 this year, and I can tell you I have a new lease on life. Nicholas, my man, is taking the X39. I patch him every day, and we both look at each other with very renewed interest. And we are having a better life, more fun, more jeu de vie. We have a second eldest son who we haven't seen in 3.5 months. He's arrived, and he looked at us and he said, "What are you doing? Why are you looking so good?" He hasn't seen us for 3.5 months, and the proof was in the pudding. And I just looked at Nick and I went, we are only going to be doing this for the rest of time. And I just want everyone else to know that they can get out of their darkness and they can come into the light, literally, just by patching. And my story, 2 hours later, I was the wonder patcher doing my thing after I got patched with an Eon. So, yeah, I just wanted to share that and trust that I'm very thankful and grateful to Lifewave. And I'm thankful to Joy Levine for introducing me to Lifewave. And I'm so grateful I met Arleen. Thank you, Arleen. And I just love this whole setup. I love feeling safe, comfortable, and I can ask thousands of questions. And even though I feel like I sound like an idiot, you're always going to answer me. So I just wanted to thank you for that.
Oh, so a pleasure. So lovely having you on the team, Katja. And it was so wonderful meeting you. And she and Joy got me to swim in freezing cold water in Cape Town. It was actually really good. And then I was amazed. We sat in the sun and we spoke for hours, and my skin didn't get sunburned. Amazing. Another amazing thing about the patches. Okay, we could talk about that for ages, but let's just pop into here and have a look at the business side of things. Okay, so we spoke about the thisisit.info.com website. There it is. You're going to find amazing things from there, from all sorts of information, testimonials, the patents, the technology behind it all, videos from doctors. Please do have a look at that website and get to know it, because it is so, so useful. It is my #1 go-to website when people ask me for information. So the important thing about Lifewave and getting involved in a company like this is you want something that is stable, that has gone through the bumps, that has gone through the ups and the downs, and has, stood the test of time. And that is something that Lifewave has done. It is a 20-year-old company. It's done the bumps. It's gone through the rough hurdles, and it's come through the other side shining. It is open in now over 80 countries. It keeps expanding, and they continue to expand. It's a huge job to try and expand to another country, but they do it, and they're doing it really, really well. The important thing about our product is it is not a Me Too product. Now, what does that mean? If you look at so many things, if you look at essential oils, there are many different types of essential oils, and you can go to a pharmacy and pick up an essential oil if you want to get a cheap one. There are many different skin products, and you can go to the pharmacy and Pick and Pay or whatever local shop and buy other skin products. Same with supplements. So when people are going through a tough time, they will rather choose to possibly go for a cheaper product elsewhere or hop onto the internet. Now, the thing about our company is it's patented technology. You're not going to get it anywhere else, okay? So that's the wonderful thing. And there's such a long-term vision with this company. They're planning long-term, 5 years, 10 years. They've got other products coming up. They've got this long-term vision, which is fantastic. They're not going anywhere. They're just going up. And you can see by the figures there how they've grown. You know, they were doing very well by 2021. It was a $20 million company, and then it expanded with the addition of X39. It went to a $320 million profit company, and then a $430 million company, and then over $600 million last year. And they're heading up to $1 billion this year. That's the big aim, which is amazing because this company gives 60% of its profit back to the brand partners. The money comes down to the people at the bottom. So if anybody's wondering, is this a pyramid scheme? That doesn't happen in pyramid scheme, okay? So as you can see, Lifewave is ranked in the #1 momentum company as per businessforhome.org. So if you're interested in finding about sort of home-based companies and whatnot else, this is a particular website, and they do research on all home-based companies, and Lifewave has actually been ranking as the #1 fastest growing company for 2 years in a row now. So it's absolutely profound. You can actually go to that website and have a look at the research they've done. This is some of the awards that they've been getting. On the right, you've got Meredith receiving one of the growth awards. On the left, you've got David Schmidt on the left-hand side, and then Gina I call it the zebra stripe suit, and then Meredith, and then what's Gina's husband name? Steve. Steve and Gina have actually only been in Lifewave for 3 years, but they are actually the top producers in the company, which is absolutely amazing. Our team is the fastest growing team, and they have built so many amazing tools for us, like this presentation just gets given to us. They do all the work for us. They put together exactly how to grow your business. There's so many tools they've put for us, which just makes it so easy. Their websites and their school platform, it's just made the support and how to do this so easy. All we have to do is copycat, which is fantastic. And the people in the company are so humble and so easy to connect to. I get support from from people that are so many ranks higher than me. They still reach down and check in on me. And in fact, I got to have conversations with Meredith when I was in Vietnam. I won a trip to Vietnam through the company, which was an absolutely profound experience. And she was really happy to just sit and talk to any of us who wanted to talk to her. So approachable, which I find really beautiful. So the thing to ask is, what is important in your life? Things like family time, having more time, freedom, security, travel, a better health, or less debt. These are things that all of us are looking at. For me, it was having more time, having more freedom. I had inherited debt from history, and I wanted to travel, and I wanted to improve my health. I needed more security, and Lifewave actually answered all of that for me, which is pretty profound. So everybody has their little thing. Have a look and what's important to you there. So how do you get going with this if you're interested? There are multiple ways of getting interested. You can actually just come in and order sleeves as a client. If you don't want to build the company, you can just purchase on a preferred client place where you just get sleeves sent to you, and there's all sorts of little incentives that come with that. And then the other options is you can buy and become a brand partner for as little as $25 if you just want to start, and then start by buying one sleeve at a time. Or you can start in a little bit more of a powerful way. Now, Core is a 3-pack program where you can buy 3 sleeves of X39. It is a mix and match option where 1 sleeve of X39 does equal 2 sleeves of the other types of patches. So you can mix and match at this level. We mostly talk about X39 because it is the core product and in the basing product. So at core, you're already saving money because you're saving the 25 annual a year annual fee and an extra $5. That should be $325. You're getting it for $295. I went in at advance because I knew I was going gung-ho, plus I wanted to patch my mum and my daughter, and I wanted a few extra sleeves. So at advance, you're saving, you're getting 6 sleeves. That should be $600 worth. Actually, at the 25, $625, and you're getting it for $535. So you're saving like $90 there already, which is almost the price of one sleeve for free. And then if for people who are serious builders who are maybe got a health practice, or you've got lots of people, or you just want to buy once off and get on with it, premium is the most effective way to go because you're going to get 20 sleeves, which should be $2,000.25 for $1,750. So the cost of the sleeve drops right down to $87.50, okay, instead of $99, which is a huge, huge saving. And the important thing about any business, I mean, if you think about that, that's a really cheap way of starting a business, because if you've ever tried to start a business in any other form, that's not a lot of money to outlay to start a business. I mean, you can start a business with $300. That's kind of insane to think about, really. And then your ongoing costs of a business, if you're thinking about a normal business, is your website development, your office, your products. Well, in Lifewave, your ongoing cost is 1 or 2 sleeves a month, depending on your rank. So 1 sleeve subscription for just anybody who's not yet at a manager, but manager and above, you'd need 2 sleeves, which is actually what you yourself are earning. So you keep your ongoing business simply by using what you want to use yourself, which is a very easy business model as far as I'm concerned, because I use those sleeves. So it's very easy to stay active. Now, how do you earn? Currently, there are 4 ways to earn. Now, we are in a transitionary phase. In 2 months' time or so, the whole process is going through an enhancement, and we'll be able to earn in 9 different ways. But get going now and get yourself building, because the new system's based on volume, and you want to build that volume and build your team, because then you're going to hit it running when the new plan hits in. It's also going to be easy for people coming up. They're going to earn sooner, but it's very exciting. All you have to do is start signing people up on your left and your right. Now, you're going to earn from people who come in as clients or as customers, people who don't want to get involved in the business. I just signed up someone today. She just wants to get 1 sleeve a month. So I just put her on as a preferred client with a subscription. She doesn't have to think about it. The product just gets sent to her automatically. And every time she buys a product or receives a sleeve, I get $20, okay? So that's very easy. Just get $20. Then you're going to get, you're going to bill every time you introduce someone into the business and you sign them up at core, premium, or advanced, you're going to get a product introductory bonus for doing that. That's the other way to earn. And then you get this binary commission. So when you start building a team, and it's as easy as signing up one person to your left, one person to your right, one person to your left, one person to your right. By that stage, you'll be ranking at manager. And you start, as soon as you've got 2 people signed up, one on the left, one on the right, it's called binary, meaning 2. And you get 3,000 every time somebody buys a product, there's points allocated. And you get 330 points in your left leg, 660 points in your right leg. That would be a binary commission, a cycle bonus, that's we call it, and you'd be earning $50. And that gets capped at as much as $25,000 a week. And I know people who are earning that. I am not earning $25,000 a week yet, but for those people who put and roll up their sleeves and put the effort in, they are. And I've met them, and that's just mind blowing. I had a look at their back office. I was like, you got to be kidding me. That's not possible. They opened up their back office. They showed me, and I went, okay, so that's what hard work looks like. Okay, fine. I'm doing well enough to pay my rent and my car and go on holidays with this money. Okay, so, and it's my secondary income. So you can do a lot. It's really up to you. And it's not that hard to do. Just repeat what we show you what to do, and just talk to people. That's all I do. I just tell people. They want to know how my hair's looking like this, I tell them. It's that simple, okay? So the other play where once you start building up a team, You can, and you've got people earning their $50. You, as the person above them, also start to earn from those people. So up to 3 levels deep. So when Danielle earns $50, I get paid $12.50, which is 25%. So it's not of her money. The company actually pays me that as a matching bonus, as a recognition. Hey, you're helping Danielle, so we're going to help and we're going to reward you for that. It's called a matching bonus, but it's really a recognition that as you build a team, you're doing more team building work, you're connecting to people, you're helping them. And so you get paid for that. If Danielle signs up Terry and Terry earns a commission, I get 20% of that. And when Terry signs up someone and they earn a bonus, I get another 20% of that person. So you can get this up to 3 levels deep, and that's not capped. So you can, that's ultimately where most people end up earning their money. Currently, the cycle bonus is where I'm really earning my money, but I'm starting to earn quite a bit from matching bonuses. And I get very excited when I see people earning, because that's that extra gift that makes their patches cheaper. That gives them something else they didn't have before. So when I see people earning, I get so, so excited and so happy, because that's like this ongoing blessing. You know, it's the gift that just keeps giving. I get really excited when I see that. So the two places you want to look at for websites, this is at info.com is the one we've spoken about. This is going to give you all the introduction about what the patches are, how the company works, everything you want to know, the testimonials, the patents, you're going to find them there. And then if you want to build a business, this is at team.com. Here you're going to find everything you need to know, how the back office works, how to sign people up, how to go a manager, what the 10-step system is, how to do Zoom events, when the trainings are. Everything you need to know about how to actually build a business is on thisisitteam.com. So these are the two websites that our amazing people, Steve and Gina Merritt, have designed for us and just give us to use. So it's that easy. So now is the time for you to make your move. If you're serious about your dream, if you want hope for your future, if you want to get healthy, contact the person who sent you to this webinar and ask them more, and they will get you started. It's as easy as that. So thank you so much, everyone, for being here tonight.